Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be ranking every Epic Plus cookie in the game based on how viable they are in PVE content. Diving right in, starting us off here on SS. These are the best cookies to use in the game. If you have them, definitely build them and use them for PVE content. Starting off the list, we have Hollyberry Cookie and Pure Vanilla. Both of these ancient cookies are literally leading the pack when it comes to investing in and using them for PVE content. Hollyberry and Pure Vanilla Cookie both had a buff recently into the game, making them very viable and the best in their class at the current state of the game. Next up, we have Black Pearl. Again, no secret, definitely a top tier legendary cookie, a DPS unit, pretty much adds a ton of value to any team you put her on. We also have Sherbet Cookie here, once again, very similar. Gonna be another DPS cookie, really good for PvE content, pretty much across the board, bosses, world exploration, you name it. Next up, we have Moonlight Cookie, just a more recent legendary that was dropped into the game. The sleep mechanic and AoE damage that she provides is basically insane and really good. Next up, we have Squid Ink, again, a very underrated overall AoE DPS unit. This cookie got a magic candy and ever since then has pretty much been topping the charts when it comes to the value that they offer, not only for PvE, but also PvP. So if you have a Squid Ink, definitely build the magic candy. Don't feel bad about utilizing them because they are very good across all types of content, including even guild boss. So you invest in one DPS unit, you could pretty much use them across all different types of content in the game. And then the last two cookies are going to be Cream Puff Cookie and the brand new Stardust Super Epic. It's no secret, they're absolutely goated here in the game. Very strong. Everybody's utilizing them right now. Again, they're going to be very driven around the crit percent by allowing them to additionally provide the enemies a sleep. So again, very good. Cream Puff also, just like Squid Ink, got a magic candy recently, which took them from the bottom of the tier list all the way to the top when it comes to PvE content, especially for things like the guild boss battle system and the Cookie Alliance. As I mentioned before, these SS tier units are the top of the top. These units, if you happen to have them and you especially get them early game, it's going to make a massive difference in your overall progression. Definitely build these cookies and utilize them to your advantage. Now, diving into S tier, we've got a handful of cookies. We've got Wildberry Cookie, Brute, Macaroon, BTS, and then obviously the brand new Space Donut. All of these deserve to be on this S tier in my personal opinion and can even be argued to be SS tier. Wildberry Cookie really serves as a good secondary tank in the game and as a early game player. If you happen to get Wildberry Cookie before you get somebody like Hollyberry, definitely build him and utilize him because again, he's very good, especially for PvE content. Same thing goes for Brute or Schwarzwalder, whatever you want to call him. His AoE stun and just the sheer damage that he puts out being a frontline charge unit and can even, tank for your entire team. Very strong as well as a secondary tank alongside Hollyberry, Cookie, or other tanks in the game, especially if you do get them early on. It will make a massive difference. Macaroon here and BTS are both really good support units. Macaroon offers like an attack rate up, a little bit of healing, some AoE damage, just a all-around really good utility cookie. BTS, we already know, if you're brand new into the game, unfortunately, you cannot get your hands on a BTS cookie, but the AoE healing that they provide, the buff that they provide as well, the damage resistance, all of that stuff is really good and really strong, and BTS does still cater and go through multiple types of content, not just PvE, but also PvP. And then last but not least, the brand new Space Donut. It's no secret, the guy is absolutely insane with the defense break that they provide, a little bit of the AoE damage that they provide. They've been offering a ton of value for the guild boss battle system and Cookie Alliance. There's a good possibility that you're missing some of the cookies from SS, or at least at the time of you watching this video. And if that is the case, definitely do not feel bad about investing in the S tier cookies. These cookies are a very good substitute, as I mentioned, and not only that, they're very good for specific types of content that will definitely increase your overall progression. Now, diving into A tier, this is going to be a little bit longer list, but we have Dark Cacao, Sea Fairy Cookie, Frost Queen, Financier, the recently new Milky Way, Crunchy Chip, Purple Yam, Pine Cone, Werewolf Cookie, Oyster Cookie, Pumpkin Pie, Cotton Cookie, Eclair, Espresso, Captain Caviar, Blueberry Pie, Rye Cookie, and last but not least, Licorice. All of the cookies here on A tier are still really strong cookies and viable options, but there's just going to be better options here at S tier or even SS tier. Now, diving into B tier, we've got Clotted Cream, Caramel Arrow, Cream Unicorn, Sorbet Shark. That's a sad day to see Sorbet finally being dropped down here. Pomegranate Cookie, Carol Cookie, Vampire, Red Velvet, Herb, and then last but not least, Parfait. Now, all these cookies, in my personal opinion, are definitely falling down the tier list slowly as new cookies come out with better utilities on their skills. Sorbet Shark, man, the damage is just not there, according to, you know, all of the other legendary cookies that we have that provide a ton of AoE damage. And again, for world exploration with a lot of enemies, you know, Sorbet Shark is okay for a niche, you know, stage in the world exploration, but outside of that, though, definitely fallen short. Next up, diving into C tier, our next biggest tier, and that's going to be Alphagato, Cocoa, Black Raisin, Mango, Sparkling, Milk Cookie, Moon Rabbit, Strawberry Crepe. That's unfortunate. Once again, another really strong contender for PvE in the past. Definitely has been dropped down. Cherry Blossom, very good for guild boss battle, but outside of that, I would definitely not recommend building. We have Tea Night Cookie, again, very niche, unfortunately, didn't last very long into the game. We have Poison Mushroom, Kumiho, Maddie, Snow Sugar, Almond, and then last but not least, man, we've got Prophet Cookie. Now, when we start diving into these lower tiers, all of these cookies can be used at early stages of the game. If you happen to get into the game, pull some of these cookies, you don't have the top tier cookies, that's okay. You've obviously got to use what you can use, but as I always mention here with these tier list videos, I do not recommend building anything below A tier, in my personal opinion, if you are looking for efficiency and long-term when it comes to investment, all right? Because again, these cookies here at C tier might be used maybe for one specific thing into the game, but again, this is an overall PvE tier list, and a lot of these cookies just don't quite cut it compared to the ones higher up on the list. And then last but not least, for D tier, we have Pastry, Sparkling, Chili Pepper, Dark Choco, unfortunately, because again, since Donut Cookie has been dropped into the game, definitely bumps them way down lower here on the tier list. We got Tiger Lily, again, not really ever really needed currently for the world exploration, especially after they've nerfed the world exploration. We got Twizzly Gummy, Sonic and Tails, which again was from the very first collaboration in the game, which was awesome, but most players now diving into the game definitely will not have them, so they're just completely useless and nowhere near as strong as the other ones. We have Lilac, Mala Sauce, Latte. Everybody's waiting for her specific magic candy to bring her back to the overall meta. We have Raspberry Cookie here, again, never really viable in the game. We have Fig, and then last but not least, we have Candy Diver. And there you go, guys, an updated PvE tier list for March 2023. Once again, as I've already mentioned here, stick to the top of the tier list, S, 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 and A. All of these cookies are going to be the best of the best to invest in, especially for longevity and utility when it comes to PvE content. With that being said, though, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. Also, if you are new to the game and you're looking for a cool place to hang out, or if you need a really good resource or you need some help, you got some additional questions, we do have a Discord. You will always find that link provided down below. We would love to have you. But nevertheless, with that being said, as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.